I'm Joe Bifulki, Research Manager at SpecialEurasia, and I'm here with you to analyze this important, interesting news for us. The fact that the Russian Foreign Minister organized the first ministerial conference, sorry, regarding the international organization of Russian language. Why this matters? This matters because they are promoting this event not only on their official website, but also they promote on different social media, like for instance YouTube. And we can check like YouTube. After just around 2 hours, they published the video speech of Sergey Lavrov, the Foreign Minister of the Russian Federation. And it got 237 likes and 4,400 views. And I should remind you that YouTube at the moment is not one of the main social media for the Russian Federation, particularly because after the beginning of Ukraine conflict, they establish RuTube, which is an alternative Russian version of YouTube. But they promote also on X, for instance, a former Twitter, as you can see, and they linked also this status, this X post with the Telegram page of the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Russian Federation, as you can see here. And in this case, the Telegram channel of the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Russian Federation has a huge audience. But if we look also at the media, first of all, TASS. Everyone knows TASS is a state media, is really important. Reported this event, the speech of Lavrov, and also uh, while this conference is important because the main topic of the conference is promoting the Russian language among the countries of the Commonwealth of Independent States. The Commonwealth of Independent States was established in after the fall of the Soviet Union, and always the analysts argued regarding the importance or not of this organization. Currently, let's say that particularly after the beginning of Ukraine conflict and now that we live in this multipolar world with different centers of power, Russia has tried to promote more the Commonwealth of Independent States. They try to be more active also in this organization for several reasons. First of all, because several countries are part of the Commonwealth of Independent States, and these countries belongs to the famous Blizhny Zarubizhye or near abroad. We are talking about those regions or areas where Russia can exercise its or would like to exercise influence and powers, or we can call in a geopolitical way these areas like the Lebensraum, so the vital space of Russia, where which this space is Russia try to protect and also to increase its influence and presence. We're talking about the Caucasus, Central Asia, also the Baltics in the past, even though now we know that the Baltics belongs to the Western area, to the Western influence, even though there is still Kaliningrad in the Baltics, and also some countries in the Balkans or in the Black Sea. So, going back to this event, we can say and see also from the news aggregators Mitva that the event was reported from different sources and different media outlets. Of course, we have always TASS, but we have all like Sputnik also in different languages and different versions, Sputnik Kazakhstan, Sputnik Kyrgyzstan, for instance. So also RT, Russia Today, and so on, Lavrov, Vzгляд. So this means that this kind of event has a huge impact for what we are talking about, the Russian foreign policy. We can label this attempt, this event, this international conference. We can state that this is part of the cultural diplomacy. And as you know, at Special Russia, we reported several times the fact that Russia try to open different Russian schools or schools of Russian language abroad, in particularly in Central Asia, but they try also to open more in the Caucasus in other area. Why? Because by promoting the Russian language, they create a link between the Kremlin, Moscow, the Russian Federation, and the Commonwealth of Independent States. Also, they create a common language that they can use to talk with them. Particularly if we consider that several countries they started nationalistic strategies. We are talking about the Central Asian country, which would like to focus more, or of course, their mother tongue, their original language, like Kazakh, Kyrgyz, and so on, but also they want to switch from the Russian language to the English language. And this is something that for Russian Federation is not possible. Why? Because as we say several times, as we try to teach to our students and participants in our online courses in geopolitical intelligence analysis, the cultural aspect and society are really fundamentally important in geopolitics and also in the foreign policy of a country. So we decided to discuss with you, report to you this information and this news just to focus on the fact that when you want to analyze a country, the foreign policy of a country, you should take into consideration also the cultural diplomacy. Because cultural diplomacy, particularly in a specific situation, in specific environment, can really affect and impact the perception that countries and the or local people have regarding foreign actors. In this case, also confirms the fact that Russia would like to be more active and push more its influence in the Commonwealth or independent states. And the Russian language can be one of these of the leverage that the Kremlin can use. So thanks again to be with us. I wish you a good and productive days. Let's stay in touch with the Special Eurasia. We will see you again in another video explanation or in our live streamings. Bye bye.